You are live. Live action. Live action here this morning. Morning. I think every dog in the neighborhood is going to start barking. They'll shut up in a minute. Good morning. Oh. I don't know what's got going on, but somebody's got every dog in the neighborhood a howling. Well, you got home early, huh? I'm actually running a little bit late. About time I went trying to get set up, the garbage truck decided to come right outside my gate here and take a break. Didn't kill the truck, but they took a break right there. Blah, 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 blah. So I kind of waited on them to get through. Now that I went live, all the dogs in the neighborhood have started up. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's over there. They barking at somebody. They're not just barking to be barking. Sooner or later, they'll walk on by and the dogs will get quiet. I came out the other morning. There was no dogs barking, no chickens are crowing. I told Malou, well, dang, like we're in a ghost town or something. Yeah. There. You don't know how much that annoys me. I generally don't even like to come out here and sit on the porch because I don't like hearing them. But you can hear them inside, but they muffled a little bit. Got a black spot there. I reckon it's a mold, old age spot, something. What is that? I'm getting old, y'all. I'm getting spots all over me. See, they're starting to quieten down now. Whatever was back there has walked on. They still got to get them last few barks in, but they're about to quieten down. Yeah. Sounds like a dog pound. They don't even know what a dog pound is over here, I don't think. Every family's got their own dog pound. Why is it so dark looking? Is it me? Is it dark looking to y'all? To me, it looks dark. I'm shooting with a wide angle, but I'm trying to sit right in the center so people on their phones can still see what I'm doing. What'd you do? Get home early? Good morning, everybody. I see these 3 people here, y'all. Good morning. Oh, went back down to 1 now. I wish that sun would get up just a little bit higher. I had to go put on my cool dude shades. Maybe when I get to America and get unstressed, I can throw this away. Okay. So the mom came and got him from the school or something. Apparently somebody else is walking around. Yep. I see him walking back there on the camera. Your puppy got away? His name is Rolly. I think his little dog got away from him, and that's what's going on. That little dog running back and forth back there, making all the other dogs bark. I see a shadow right there. I just don't know where it's coming from. I think so, Elvis. I don't know if you knew it, but I'm up to like 955 subscribers, but yet none of them ever come to our live stream. Most of my videos get about 100 to 120 views. So, I don't know. I'm still lacking on watch hours. I got 1,400 more watch hours I need. Yeah. I think once I get home, heading home and make a few more videos, I'll get on up there. It's been hard to concentrate on videos this week. My coffee done got cold while I was taking a shower. Cold coffee. 5:39. Wow. Well, you getting on up there too? How many did you have, 6 months ago when we first met? You didn't have near about that many, did you? I watch your morning updates every day just to see the snow behind you. I've been pretty stressed, and I'm not near as stressed as Malou is. She can't eat. Her stomach's hurting all the time. Can't sleep. She started texting me from the hospital this morning, and it didn't even make sense. I thought some kid must have got her phone or something and started texting on it. And I finally asked, "Is this Malou? Because you're not making any common sense whatsoever. I don't know what you're." I think she just lack of sleep and being stressed. She wasn't making no sense. half the words were half spelled, and I don't know, it just didn't make no sense. Heck, you could probably sell it if you got in the right connection, ship it down to Louisiana just for some kids to play on. Or during Christmas, you could have shipped it down there for them to decorate with. They got them down where we live. They have snow machines to make it look like it's snowing. Them rich people have snow machines out in their yard making it look like it's snowing, just so their yard will look pretty. I bet that's something you ain't ever seen. I seen a lady in a rich subdivision down there. In the middle of winter, you drive through a subdivision, everybody's grass is brown, Get this one house, and it's everything green. She done planted some kind of winter rye out in her yard so she'd have a green lawn. I'm like, holy cow, that's desperate to have a green yard there. I reckon if you got money, ain't nothing is a challenge. Dang, I don't think anybody's coming. Which I done told you since you're the only one here. Oh, there's somebody else. Good morning, everybody. I done told you about the hospital doings. I'll tell you what the plans is. On the 16th, I plan on going back to the U.S. I'm gonna keep making videos, but they're gonna change. It's gonna be more of trying to build a homestead and things like that. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the news lately, but I'm assuming she's famous. Some girl named Billie Eyelash or something or another. She was at the Oscars saying how nobody's illegal on stolen land, but yet she ain't giving up her mansion. She's on stolen land too, but she ain't giving it back. Yeah, which, I mean, I'm not doing it just for YouTube. I'm doing it because that's what I want to do. But I've looked around at a lot of the off grid and homestead camping type videos, and they all get thousands and, I mean, 30, 50, 100,000 views. I mean, within an hour or so of publishing them, and they getting views. And then I imagine it'll take time to build that up, but yeah, it seems like a niche people are interested in. So I just Googled homesteading and off grid on the internet on YouTube, and you'll see there's thousands of channels, and they all have good views. So maybe people find me interesting enough. Yeah, yeah, that's what I plan to do. I mean, I got to start from scratch. I have a gate going on my property, but it's growed up in trees. I got to start from there. Clear the gateway, go inside the property, clear up the fence row because I want to build me a road right next to the fence. Clear up that fence row and actually patch the fence because I got other plans. Build a road going back there. I need a culvert there near that pond so I can go across there. And then getting back to the back and start building a homestead. It's gonna take time. It's gonna be a lot of work. And I thought my job in America would help pay for some of this, but looks like I'm gonna be spending the next year or so paying for a hospital. So it'd be just one old broke down man out there doing it by himself. The name first video can 63-year-old broke down, injured man start a homestead. I'm trying to finish this coffee before it gets completely ice cold. But yeah, the step-by-step vlog, that's exactly what I plan on doing. I mean, actually starting from here, start talking about going back home and blah, blah, blah. Uh, I've been searching for a cheap tractor. I've actually found a couple, like $1,000. I need a tractor to maintain that property. I don't have one. So my dad had 4 tractors when he passed away, and he gave everybody, well, 4 people in the family a tractor, but not me. So, and I don't like borrowing. Maybe this is John. Nope, that's water. All the different little companies and all on the road this morning, delivering water and picking up garbage and blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know why there ain't nobody else here, Elvis. Half the time I call you Elvis, half the time I call you Savvy because of Malou done got me saying Savvy. It's actually Savvy, but she done got me saying Savvy. Oh, well, that's the end of the coffee. Well, the advice I would need is how you do all that fancy editing. I need an editor. I basically point and shoot, and what you shoot is what you get. I might cut out bloopers or loud noises or music or something you can't have, but other than that, you know, blank spots where I'm just walking down the road not saying something, you know, I may edit that out, but that's about all I do. There ain't no fancy editing going on. But, I tried talking my kids into taking some classes on video editing and stuff, but they're not interested. I thought they were interested in that kind of stuff till I asked them to. Now I found out they're not. Well, I see Elvis Savvy Living is here. Who else we got? I see somebody else is in the here, just not commenting. All righty. And see, there's the problem. I'm too broke to be buying all these like Canva and StreamYard and all these other things. I don't have money for all that. I know you can use basic packages for free, but that's what you get too, is basic. There goes the water people. Well, whoever was here left without saying a word. But, now I understand that if you got things to do too. I know it is what 6:30 there. Time you start cooking supper and everything. if you got to go, just let me know. I appreciate you coming. I understand. See, my weather says humid. What temperature does it say? I seen it earlier. I think it's 74 degrees. Oh, that's back home. It's 57 degrees Fahrenheit in Louisiana right now. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna zoom up into Canada here and see what we got in Canada. Newport, Ottawa. Let's go to Ottawa. 12 degrees. No, 20 degrees. What the heck? It says 12 on the screen, but up there it says 20. I reckon it just depends on where you at. North Greenville, Canada, 19 degrees. Yeah, she's still at the hospital. They're supposed to be checking out this morning. I don't know how that's going to go because we don't have the money to pay the bill. So we'll find out here shortly how that's going to play out. It is right here, right now. It's 72 degrees here. That's like perfect air conditioned house weather. Can't get no better than that. Yeah, they're through all her strange texts earlier. I finally figured out they're on their way home. Yeah, that's perfect temperature. That's one thing I'm gonna miss here. The weather. I just unplugged my computer. But yeah, they're supposed to be coming home. I think she was sitting down there waiting on the final bills to come in, stressing on how she's gonna pay them and blah blah blah. Uh, but I was trying to get up this morning, get a shower, get my coffee, and go live and this and that and the other. And she kept texting me, and I finally said, "Look, you're still texting me. I can't get up and do nothing while you're sitting there texting me." I think I may have made her mad. She quit texting anyway. That's called a modified muffler on a motorcycle. You wonder what that racket was. Now I got a car back here. They crank up and they'll just sit there and idle for 30 minutes before they leave. Strange. That is a perfect temperature. I wish it'd stay like that in Louisiana. Oh, I'm gonna sit down sideways and prop up. I changed my contacts yesterday and I still can't hardly read. I'm getting old, blind, deaf, broke down, and we got another bodger sitting there beside me running. And they just all right, man. You take care. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? I'm waiting on somebody to come here and talk to me. Y'all talk to me. They're fixing to leave, so the racket's fixing to leave. Good morning, everybody. Oh, how are y'all doing this morning? I'm waiting on somebody to come chat with me. Nobody's chatting. Oh, how lonely I am. That ain't the way it goes. How dry I am. How dry I am. How dry I am. How dry I am. Give me some water and I won't be dry, huh? Oh, everybody's out and about this morning, making the dog bark, making the chickens crow. Soon all that'll be over with. I won't be hearing all that. Nobody's got anything to say? What does that button do? Share screen. Okay. Oh, okay, I understand. Share video. Edit. I don't know why people come to my live stream and never speak. That's the purpose of a live stream, is y'all to talk. We can start sitting there playing spider solitaire if nobody wants to talk. Okay, I got you. We've kind of had a rough week. Uh, Malou's son, John, I don't know if you've ever met him on here. He almost lost his foot this week. Uh, he injured it playing basketball and it got infected, and we took him to the doctor, and doctor gave him some antibiotics, but apparently the antibiotics didn't do nothing. His foot swelled up, so we took him to the hospital, and the doctor at the hospital said he was about to lose his foot. He operated on it for 5 hours Monday, I think it was, and he operated on it again yesterday and said he saved his foot, but he's going to be laid up for quite a while. So we've been pretty stressed this week. He's only 15 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Oh. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. We've been doing a lot of praying this week. He was playing basketball, and he had a pair of flip flops on, and he couldn't run around playing basketball very good with flip flops, so he took them off, and he ended up stepping on a stone, and it bruised the bottom of his foot there, and infection set up, and it went up through his toes and come up to the top of his foot. The part there where he bruised is getting better, but the infection got up on the top around between his toes and all, and started rotting all the meat in his foot out. So the doctor had to go in there and cut all that dead meat out. So he operated on him Monday for, I think, between 5 and 6 hours, and again yesterday for like 2 or 3 hours. So, but he said he's doing better. He still got good blood flow, so the doctor said it should heal. As long as there's good blood flow, it should heal. So he's gonna come home on some strong antibiotics and be laid up in a bed for a month or so. And they got him in a room over there with no windows or anything. He said he was missing the sunshine. But I think he'll be okay. I don't know if we will. We're still trying to figure out how to pay for it, but he'll. The doctor said he should be okay. I've done begged and borrowed money from everybody I know trying to help pay for it, and we still probably about $1,000 short. So I don't know what we're gonna do. And I'm planning on leaving to go back to the U.S. in about 2 weeks. On the 16th, I'm headed back to the U.S. So I reckon I'll try to get a job and start paying everybody back. Get caught up on some bills. Yeah, especially since playing basketball and everything is his life. Malou had what they call Phil Health, which covers a part of it, but after, let's say, 8, 9 hours of operating and a week in the hospital, it's not going to cover enough. I'll put it that way. It's not going to cover enough. Uh, I think field health pays like somewhere between 30 and 50% or something. Yeah, that's all he does. He plays basketball for the school. Then he comes home and he's involved with like 2 or 3 different teams out of school. So yeah, that's all he does. He plays basketball. That's his life. That's pretty much every Philippine boy's life, though. Here, it's their number one sport here in the Philippines is basketball, and they get serious with it. You wouldn't believe some of them little old bitty guys, probably 3.5 feet tall, how they can run around a court and dart and shoot long shots and everything else. I mean, you'd be amazed if you seen some of these little old boys. John, he's pretty good. John's a little taller than most, so he does pretty good. But hanging out with his friends and playing basketball, that's about the only thing he ever does. Oh, I wish this YouTube channel was big enough. I was making a little income. It would help out a lot. But it is what it is. I reckon we'll deal with it somehow. You know, here in the Philippines, they don't. When you're in the hospital, they don't like to let you out of the hospital until you pay your bill. There ain't no payment plan. You got to pay it right then and there. So I don't know what's going to happen today. Uh, I really don't. I asked Malou, well, what are they going to do if you can't pay today? And she's never been in that position, so she don't really know. So, uh, I mean, we're talking like this is a big bill. Now, if this was in America, this would probably be a $50,000-$75,000 bill. But I mean, we're talking total about 5,000, but that's still more than what I got right now. I just spent close to 1,000 on a plane ticket. So we're running on thin ice. And I decided I'd come on here this morning and just update everybody that's been following our channel, letting y'all know why we're not hadn't been on here lately. Yep, it's always something. I've learned that about life. There's always something gonna happen. You know, it's just part of life, I reckon. So, we'll see later on today. Not good. I don't think she slept maybe 2 hours all week. Can't eat. Got an upset stomach. Her head's hurting from stress. So she's broke down a couple of times. So she's what do you call them? I'm trying to think of the word. Give me a second. It's hard to think with all the noise in the background. It distracts you. But I don't know if y'all. I've talked about it once before, but I don't know if any of y'all were here at the time. Uh, Back in 2016, 17, I had cancer in my throat, or actually in my jaw. They call it throat cancer, but it was in my jaw. And they cooked, they microwaved that lymph node there, which causes. I'm supposed to be on thyroid medicine every day, but I refuse to take a pill every day for a thyroid. But what it causes me to get emotional. That thyroid has to do with your emotions and everything. So I'm trying not to get emotional, but sometimes I get a little emotional too. I need to be the strong one. So. Oh, okay. But yeah, anyway, that thyroid, every time I go to a doctor checkup, they said, "You taking your thyroid medicine?" I said, "No." I mean, what's it going to do? It makes me a little emotional sometimes. Yeah. I'm not much on putting chemicals from doctors in my body unless I absolutely have to. I can handle being a little emotional sometimes better than I can handle paying for a pill every day and taking it every day. Yeah, talking about sometimes I just like things to go right, just once in a while. Yeah, doctors love to push those pills. They're in cahoots with the drug companies. So it is what it is. They love to push those pills. That's kind of like that doctor for John. He pushed, it was two different kinds of pills on John when he went to the doctor, and they didn't even do him any good. Yeah, but when it's called for, yeah. But me, I can watch a sad movie and get emotional. Hmm. I'd get upset if I watched Old Yeller, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Yep, yep. The pharmaceutical companies gives billions of dollars to the colleges that teach doctors to, to push pills. It's a circle there. You know, some doctors, I don't know if they just don't know any better or what, because that's what college taught them. But they don't realize college is being paid for by the pharmaceutical companies. So I've been researching all that, and you wouldn't believe it's all a vicious conspiracy. Same way with the food industry. You know, everybody in the U.S. has lived on the what they call the U.S. food pyramid since the '60s, and now they're finding out that is one of the most unhealthiest food diets you can eat. But it that whole food pyramid was pushed by the people that owns cereal companies and stuff like that. That may be part of it too. You know, I'm 63. Yeah. Food and Drug Administration, eat our food, take our drugs. Yep. But when I get back home, you know, I got some land there. I don't know if y'all seen them videos, but I'm planning on trying to build me a little off-grid homestead, and I'm gonna get me some beef cows, some chickens, and things like that, and start. I'm going full-on carnivore. So I'm gonna be. Which I mean, I try to eat carnivore here, but it's really hard to eat complete carnivore here because, well, it's what they have. You know, you can go over and buy some chicken, but they don't really have beef here. You know, they have fish and chicken. That's about the only meats they have. Pork, which uh, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I've done all the gardening and stuff, and I might plant some garden because, especially when Malou gets there, because she loves her veggies. Uh, there's certain things that we can't grow there. They believe in here, but uh, like she loves to cook with moringa. Well, we don't grow moringa in Louisiana. I don't even know if you could get to grow. Now here, shoot, you can't blink your eye without seeing a moringa tree. They're everywhere. And you can chop them moringa trees down to a nub and they'll sprout right back out. You can't kill them. But most of them around here, they ain't nothing but a nub sticking up with some limbs on top because everybody keeps cutting the limbs off to eat. It's hang on a minute, and I'll go get some moringa leaves and show you. Trust me, they're everywhere. Oh, this is a moringa leaf. It's a tree, usually a little scraggly tree. I don't know if they would get big or not because nobody around here is going to let them get big. But they'll strip them leaves off like that and put them in their food. You can dry them, make tea out of them. They're all over my computer now. But I'll tell y'all a story back when I was going through cancer in the U.S. You know, at that time I was growing vegetables and all, and had this Mexican guy, Spanish guy, whatever you want to call him, that would buy vegetables from me. Well, he heard that I had cancer. And he shows up at my house one day with a brown paper bag full of these dried up leaves, telling me to make tea out of them. And they were cure my cancer and all this kind of stuff. I thought, man, this guy's crazy, you know. And I can't remember whatever happened, if we made any tea out of them or not. I can't even remember. I was so sick at that time. But then later on, I got doing my research, and yeah, they're supposed to be extremely healthy for you. Good for a lot of things, and it's more of a moringa. It's more of a prevention than it is a cure. No, now I think down in Mexico you can further south, but not in Louisiana because we have cold weather and it snows every couple of years. Not like every 4 or 5 years there's snow that would just kill it. It's a tropical plant, but they do cook with them here. Uh, there's a few things like that. We can't grow papaya or what else they got around here. Uh, what's the green things now called? You make guacamole out of them. I can't think of what they're called. Green looking pear thing. They're everywhere. Avocado. Avocado trees grow here like water rolling through a river. They're just everywhere. I mean, I can sit right here and see probably 6, 7 different avocado trees just growing on the sidewalks and in the ditches and stuff around here. And so we can't grow that in Louisiana, I don't think. I'm not absolutely sure, but I don't think. But yeah, so Malou's gonna have to make a few changes. Most of the fish we eat there is catfish. Most of the fish they eat here are saltwater type fish. So I mean, we can get saltwater fish, but they're more expensive. You can get catfish anywhere in Louisiana. That's that's a staple. Where are you living? You living in South U.S. or? Uh, I really didn't know about the avocado. I didn't know if they would grow in the states or not. I think maybe in California or Florida or something like that. I don't think they grow in Louisiana. I'm not sure though. Uh, I wonder what happened to John. John made one comment and then he just disappeared. John in South Missouri or something. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I've seen people do that back home. I'm not wild about avocados, so I had never tried to grow one. I've seen them where they stick a toothpick stick in them, put them in a glass of water, and get them to sprout. But I don't know if they'll actually produce. Here, right now, these suckers got 10 billion blooms on them right now. Every tree around here. Oh, okay, John. I got you. But But we a lot of things they eat here we can still grow. They eat a lot of squash and corn and cucumbers and the regular vegetables. And I can pretty much grow most of that year round down there. Well, Maylou says she don't like to garden and stuff, but yet our I got a fence that is solid green with sweet potatoes over here. I got 2 tomato plants that got little tomatoes on them. I got oh, oregano. We got oregano everywhere. I don't know if y'all see that back there on the fence. That's oregano. But she says I don't like the garden, but yet she's the one planted all that. I did plant the tomatoes. I just wanted to see if I can get some tomatoes to grow here because the dang soil here is weird. I'm not familiar with the type of soil we have here. It's kind of like a muddy clay, but not. I don't know how to describe it. And they did start sprouting, started growing, but they wasn't growing very good. I finally got some dried chicken manure from the neighbor over here that all them roosters are crowing and put on them. And now they shot up. They probably 4 feet tall now and got little tomatoes on them. That chicken manure kicked them in the butt. So, well, back when I was living in Louisiana, I had my greenhouses. Now y'all might think I'm full of it here, but it's the truth. I had cherry tomatoes planted in my greenhouses, and the vines were over 14 feet long. Okay. I got you, Tommy. Go eat your supper. And to leave this chat to me and John. Johnny. Well, I appreciate it. I'll let her know. Uh, they should be getting home here on sometime this morning. All right, man. You take it easy. Have a good day. Yeah, I like to garden too. As I've said, I used to do it for a living. Well, I've done it to feed the family growing up, but after I got out of the dairy business, I did it for a living. So I enjoy it. At the same time, it's a lot of work, and I don't know how much of that I can do anymore. Even though I had walked behind Troy Belt Tiller, that sucker will jerk you around, and I don't know if my back can handle that anymore. So we'll see what I can do. I still got my tiller. I think I had one with the 18-inch wide blades on it, and that sucker would hit a little hard spot, and boy, it would jerk you. That might would put me in bed for a month, but that happened now. I don't know. Okay, Malou has just texted me. Said, "Where are you?" I'm on the PO part. I don't know why I didn't hear her when she texted. I just happened to see it. But yeah, I reckon it'd be interesting when I get home just to see just exactly what I can do and can't do, and hopefully don't hurt myself again. She'll get on these little spells. She'll start worrying me to death. I got you. Every time I make that flight, my legs will swell up for a freaking week. So I ain't gonna say I won't ever come back, but it's less likely. Uh, our plans is for me to go back to the U.S., apply for her a fiance visa. Now she's gonna pester the tar out of me. So she's worried about how we gonna get the money to pay for that hospital bill. That's what she's texting about. Here, you have to pay the hospital bill before you leave the hospital. So she's stressing about it. I don't know what to tell her. I've done borrowed money from everybody in my family that'll loan me money. We've borrowed money from people here local, which you ain't gonna get much there. So I really don't know what to tell her. I'm out of people I can borrow from. So if anybody on here, I don't reckon it ain't but one person on him. If anybody on here wants to donate some funds to help a boy in the hospital, we wouldn't turn it down, that's for sure. Well, I know people that's here. I don't know if I'd really call them friends. It's more of YouTube people that I've been following for years and years. But that's retired here. But this is not a place to come if you're lacking on funds. But it seems like if anybody has bad luck, it's me. Soon as I got here, I got dengue a month after I got here. And a month after that, my blood pressure shot up to over 200, so I had to go back in the hospital. Yeah, I know, John. I think everybody is. But we really don't know what to do. She's at the hospital texting everybody she knows, trying to see if somebody could loan her a few dollars. And the money we've gotten so far is borrowed money. So as soon as I get back to the U.S., I got to go to the bank and borrow about $5,000 to start paying people back. And I don't even have a job, so we'll see how that plays out. I've got a job kind of halfway lined up, but I don't know if I'll have it until I actually get there and talk to the people. It's not a high-paying job, but it's a job. I'm used to working for doing construction and all, making good money. Well, ain't nobody gonna hire an old broke down old man to do that anymore. So I'm gonna take whatever I can get. So once you get all broke down and broken up and injured and everything, nobody wants to hire you anymore. You're no good to them. So, what part of the U.S. you live in, John? It says South M.O. Missouri, South Missouri. Okay. I kind of figured it was Missouri. That's one place I've never been. I always wanted to go. I think in the summertime, but I'd like to go up there sometime. It looks like a pretty place. Uh, hopefully one day I'll get to where I can start just kind of traveling around America just with a truck camper or something and seeing America before I'm gone. But even that takes money. I got plans when I get home, get caught up of building my own truck camper. I've built one once before, just quick, quick and dirty, just to go to a job I was working. But I'd like to build me a nice one. You know, I have a lot of things that could be used in the camper already, so I got that. I wish these dogs would shut up. You figure I'd decide to go live, but one morning they're gonna sit there and bark all freaking morning. Shut up! I don't know if that's annoying y'all, but it's very annoying to me. Branson? Yeah, my parents have been to Branson. They went to a store that had like columns out front that was just like covered with deer horns and stuff. Branson, Missouri. They were involved with a Baptist church and went up there doing, I can't remember exactly what they're doing. I think they went up there to work on it. He was a part of this group that would, when he retired, that would travel around all over the country, going from church to church, just doing repairs. It was like a volunteer group. They'd go to a church and install some lights or whatever, fix stuff. And then they'd stay around for a couple of days and chit chat. Then they'd go to another church in another state and go do some work. And so my dad is kind of like me. He can't sit still too long. He has to be doing something. Heck, he was in his 80s and was out tearing tractors in half and overhauling them, planting gardens and stuff. So he never could sit still too much until he got where he had to. Silver Dollar City near Branson. Yeah, I think that's where they went there when they was up there. They went to Silver Dollar City, and that might be where that little dry goods store was that had all the deer horns or something. I really don't know. I've never been there. I just kind of seen the pictures. And that was years and years ago. So I Googled the other day things to see in Louisiana. It just wasn't that much. Alabama, how you say it? Antebellum homes, some museums, It wasn't that much to see. But yet, there's a lot of tourists come to Louisiana. I ain't figured out why. People like coming down here to go down to Louisiana to go to Mardi Gras and stuff like that. I have no desire to go to Mardi Gras with all the drunks. People getting naked in the middle of the streets and crapping and peeing on the streets and everything. Never been to Mardi Gras. I have no desire to go. Just call me an old footy dud. I'd much rather be sitting down on the side of a river with a little bonfire than I would be going to a Mardi Gras parade. I like peace and quiet, which is not what I'm getting here this morning. Not much peace and quiet going on here this morning. I got people over here washing a bodger. I got dogs right behind me barking. I got some more down the street I can hear howling. So yeah, everybody in the neighborhood decided this morning to get out and get stirred up. Silver Dollar. I think I've seen them advertised years ago. Silver Dollar City on TV. Branson. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they used to have a TV commercial advertising to come to Branson, Silver Dollar City? One of our state paid for tourist things. Table Rock Lake near Branson. Salad for the company for. Now you're staying home and Googling it, huh? Well, I've traveled around a lot of places working, but you know, it was a straight travel there, find a place to stay, go to work, come back, go to work, come back. I had a family. I wasn't out there trying to spend money. I was there to make money and send back home to my family. So yeah, I've been to places, but I really hadn't seen a lot. The only place I got to really travel a little bit while I was there, just sightseeing, was in Alaska. Did you know there's a city in Alaska called the North Pole? You ought to Google that one. It's a pretty neat little city. They got Santa's workshop and all kinds of places where they got reindeer you can go check out. And it's about, well, it was in December when I was there. It's about 40 below zero. So a lot of things we looked at was from through the window of our car. We didn't get out and stomp around a lot. I had, what kind of camera was I using? I might have been using my phone, but we would work in teams. We were inspecting houses. What we were doing, it had been damaged from a storm, and I had seen there was a snowdrift up on one side of the house, and before the other guy got out of the car, I said, okay, well, you check out this side. I'll go around the other side. And he took off. And I'm sitting there, my camera sitting there filming him. He's over wading up about waist deep in snow. I was just laughing my tail off, filming, taking a video of him. I got the kick out of that. But they had trying to think of what part of Alaska we were in. I think we were closer to Anchorage. We went to like a resort up there, and it was way up on a mountain, and everything just covered in ice and snow. And that was pretty beautiful at the same time, kind of sketchy, especially for a couple of people not used to driving around the snow. But it was an adventure, and I get a kick out of how companies like that just have so much money to spend. Uh, we went up there around the 1st of December. Well, come Christmas time, they flew everybody back home to their house to spend Christmas vacation. Then they flew us back up there. Well, that's kind of the way I was doing. I was working contract jobs, and you'd go there to a place, you'd work till the contract was finished, then you'd go to another place and work till the contract was finished. The only thing I didn't like about that is every time you finish one job, you just automatically go to another job. You had to hunt for another job. It was all independent contractor type work, and you had to go, get on the internet and start searching around and calling people you knew and hunt for the next job. Sometimes you'd find one the next week. Sometimes it'd be a freaking year before you found one. So, but I worked for FEMA. I worked as a I had my insurance adjuster license in 10 states. So then I worked heavy construction and did basically the same thing, traveled and worked. Made good money doing that. Well, I made good money as an insurance adjuster. But making it steadily was the problem. Getting a steady income where you could actually start building a life and saving. You'd get a job, work 2 months or 6 weeks or something, and it'd send you home, and you may not get the next job till the next big storm come through. It just wasn't steady work. So, I worked heavy construction in North Carolina, Georgia, uh, where else? I can't even think where else now. Mississippi, Louisiana. Mostly my heavy construction work was near home, but I did do some traveling doing that. I've driven 18 wheelers, Max and Peterbilts. Whatever you got to do to make a living. And out of all the jobs I've had, I've only had, I think, maybe one or two jobs at maybe three that I just didn't fit in with the people, and they probably wouldn't ever hire me back anywhere else. I could have went back and worked for as long as I was able. Now, I mean, they're not gonna hire me now because I'm all broke down and disabled. But back when I was still able to go, I could have went back to work anywhere, because they liked me and I did my job and blah blah blah. There's two or three places we just didn't jive together, and they probably wouldn't hire me back. That's just normal. Can't make everybody happy. That's one thing I've never done. I would always wanted to do. I mean, I have welders and all at home, but I never had the right welder to do stainless, and I've always wanted to. In fact, when I go back home, I got some projects I would like to do that are stainless, but I don't have the equipment to do stainless welding. Uh, I had a guy one time told me that he can braze with a acetylene torch. He can braze stainless, and he showed me some jobs he had done. They looked like good work. But on a torch, you have your blue flame, and right next to the end of it, you have a little red flame. He said, you got to keep your braze inside that red flame. And I don't know, that's what he did for a living, so I reckon he knew what he was talking about. I've never had a chance to try it. And I've never done any tigging, so mostly Meg or stick rod. Talking about the weld, and that just reminded me of something. Back when we was on the dairy, it was early spring one year. My dad said, all these gates around here are getting in bad shape. I want to build a brand new gate for every gate we got on this farm. I don't know, a lot of gates, 20, 30 gates or something, it was a bunch. So I spent the whole that spring, building brand new gates. And within one summer, we built them and put them up. Within one summer, one of our neighbors run over two of my brand new gates. I was so freaking mad. I keep getting notifications. This bill is due and that bill is due. I should show Elvis that sometime, or Savvy. We got a little refrigerator here we've been trying to sell. All right, man. Well, you have a good evening. What time is it there right now? About 7:30 or something. Well, you have a good night, man. Take it easy. I already showed that to Savvy. He lives in Canada. I got a refrigerator here made in Canada. 6:30. Okay. Well, you live a little further west. Well, the same time it is at my house in Louisiana, 6:30. I was looking at the time wrong. Yeah, all right. You have a good evening, man. We appreciate you stopping by. I see we got 3 people here. Who else we got here this morning? Oh, we went down to 1 now. Anybody else want to come in and chat this morning? Now, nobody. Nobody knows. Good morning. I see we got somebody here. How y'all doing this morning? I'm sitting out texting with my fiance. She's at the hospital right now. And now that one person done left. Oh. Good morning. Oh, how y'all doing this morning? Oh, it came and left. Nobody wants to hang around chit chat this morning. I'm so lonely I could die. Apparently, I picked the wrong time to live stream. I should have put up a premiere notification, let people know I was going to be here. Oh, Windows Security said my computer is virus free. Good deal. Who we got on in here this morning? I see there's two people, but nobody's talking to me. Come on, y'all, come chit chat. Give me a thumbs up. Little conversation. I'm so lonely I could cry. Nobody wants to talk. I bet if Malou was here, y'all would be chit chatting away with her. Malou is at the hospital right now. I'm just playing, y'all, trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. If people are coming in, they stay a minute and don't say nothing and leave. What are y'all doing? Flipping through live streams on your TV? Didn't even give me a chance to speak, and they done left. Till the dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose some days gone by? And did I hear you say you was a meeting you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. Well, good morning. I see I got one person here now. Y'all chat with me a little bit. I'm getting lonely. Everybody left. We had supper to eat and bed to go sleep in. I'm in the Philippines, so it's morning time for me. I reckon it's evening time for people in the U.S., America. It is 8:53 a.m. here in the Philippines, 72 degrees. Well, I reckon I'm about to end this. Nobody's going to come talk. I'm going to hang around a while. I ain't got nothing better to do. My vape is about to bite the bullet. I think I'm going to go make me a peanut butter sandwich. I'll be right back, everybody. Breakfast of champions, peanut butter and a banana. It's called bachelor breakfast. Good morning. I'm eating my bachelor breakfast. Y'all want to come in and chat with me? I'm here. I see there's somebody here, but they ain't chatting. There we go. How's that? Keep forgetting things on the screen are backwards from the way they actually are. Like that's a fence. Well, already. Maybe it ain't backwards. So I'm pointing at the fence. Okay. Oh, I'm being paged.
You're still live?
Yep. Me and one person that's not talking.
You have, don't, ano na, honey, you have to end that live na. Don't post it. Your family can watch it, eh.
I don't care if they watch it or not. 1-985-335-51. I'm getting a call. It's a local number in Louisiana. I'm still not gonna answer.
So, don't, ano na, I don't know, you can't get any help naman from them. So, don't drag yourself too much. They're not gonna help. I don't trust
Well, I'm
people.
still getting watch hours, even if nobody helps. I'm getting watch hours.
Yeah. We need an action, not to keep on, they're not gonna help anyway.
I'm gonna stay
Don't trust
live for
them.
another 9 minutes. That'll be 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. I don't still have the deal, but I know it's not gonna be good. That's why I need to be ready. I
Is it that cold
my dad,
there?
yes, my dad's help sent borrow $200 there and sent to me. So I will add it to the bill. So I have here $700 na. But I know that's not enough because I still have balance 400 eh, plus the professional fees. I pray it's enough, but still we need some for John's. A lot of antibiotic. I think $70 charge for the doctor's cleaning. This week we will go back again tomorrow to clean. He will be required either wheelchair or saklay, but we cannot afford wheelchair. Saklay na lang, to the underarm.
Crutch.
They said it's, what do you call that?
A crutch.
Crutch. That is $20. Somebody told me in Mercury for his to walk. It will take months before he recovers because it's an open wound. They did not stitches it. It's open. They're just gonna wrap it so he cannot force it. He could walk with a crutch in school because he want to go to school and maybe after 2 weeks he will be taking some of the data. No, a gentleman is not sick. We just need to be careful to make his foot worse after all this expense.
Okay. Did the doctor show you the wound?
Yeah, yesterday. The under part is one part is draining, healing. Only the top, it's very bloody. So, I'm still texting some people if they're gonna help, but people are struggling. So, my father said, me and Teresa can go to, the Teresa Municipal at the town, not Antipolo, where is Teresa, we're going to the court. We have to ask some help to the municipal mayor there because they might help. But how can we go? I'm afraid to drive there with a motorcycle. I'm afraid the way there. I'm not confident to drive. And I told her to come with me because the mayor is her godfather to the wedding. The mayor knows her. We might some.
That would be
Who's gonna stay
that would
here
be helpful.
to with John?
Well, wait till I can come there, I reckon.
No, I don't. You know the reason why I don't like it to come there, and then we're finding this. I know in your hair. What's I don't. I don't want them. What they're doing? They have husband, but they don't have money. You know. That's why I don't like you to take here. I want even I told Teresa, one of her kid, and stay here for John and I'll go to the me and her. I need to take Teresa with me because it's gonna be my collateral damage still.
Okay, well, y'all need to go do that, like your father said, and see if they can help.
sa kids office, I know how much they can, how much they need to,
I can't hear what you're saying.
they expect from your ear. I have to wait the bill. They're gonna tell me if the bill is ano, if ready na, and then I'll gonna ask.
Okay.
And then I will call you na lang if we were going home. You need to stay with Jen at the tricycle and I'll drive the bike going home. The good thing my stomach got healed because I ate. I can't eat any food right now because it will hurt. I'm hungry na. Jen naman, biga na ko. You quit that light na if you're stop na. Just close it.
I was just fixing to when you called. I'll end it as soon as I get off the phone.
Okay, go na. I'll have to go and find ways here. We cannot survive if we will just keep talking here. We need an action. I just talked already to Sabi personally by me, but she said I already heard from Butch, but I can't really now, Malou. I'm struggling too. Oh my God, what do you
I
expect
told you
people
he
that are
wasn't going
mindful?
to. So you went behind my back and did that. Okay.
No, you did that already, and I just follow up. Who knows? You might, but anyway, it's not, this is not what we need to discuss doing behind your back. It's just we both know it. And I just tried again for the second time, but he really didn't know. But anyway, I let it go. So right now, it's not all about pride. We need to get out of this and
Well, y'all get Kyle or somebody to come there and y'all go, you and Teresa go talk to the mayor.
no one will stay here with Jan.
I said,
Somebody needed to.
you can't get Kyle or somebody to come there?
Riley's sleepy. He just came out from night shift to work. We don't want to bother him. Bon is working.
Well, you need to quit hunting excuses and hunt a cure.
Huh?
I said, you need to quit hunting excuses and hunt a cure.
I'm not hunting excuses. But here you are again. You're not helping. Kyle is also tired, honey, to his work.
Okay. Okay, I'll let y'all go. Bye. Good morning. How y'all doing? Anybody want to chit chat before I leave this morning? Well, nobody wants to talk. I'm gonna end this. What you call breakfast of champions. Uh, Peanut butter sandwich and a banana. See. In 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody.